Yeah, you're looking at you want a distillate that's clean, you want a distillate that's smooth, but you also want a distillate that starts interesting. Quite frankly, I mean it depends on the small grains in a bourbon especially. Corn is a blank canvas. It's sweet. It's got a little bit of flavor to it, but the corn whiskey isn't exceptionally interesting because there's not a lot going on there. You're cracking the corn when you cook it. You add the barley or your enzymes to break down the starches into sugars. Basically, what you're doing is you're creating corn syrup in water, which can be very boring. And so the purpose of the small grains in there, a wheat, a rye, or any of the other small grains that can get used, is to provide that additional flavor. A wheat provides a little bit of a nutty flavor, a little bit of a sweetness. A rye provides some spiciness and some fruitiness, and then the relative amounts depends on the amount of interest that you want to put in there. Sometimes what you are going for is that smooth, almost commodity product. And sometimes what you're doing is you're looking for something that stands out, that grabs you by the taste buds a little bit and shakes you around a little bit, right? Like you've got like a rye. Rye does that really well because it has a spicy element to it, because there is almost like a stone fruit or a fruity element to it, especially after it's combined with some of the oak flavors. So you look for that at the beginning, and then you also look for some of the carboxylic acids that might be involved. You've got a couple of different ones. Each one has a very particular scent to it, and each one of the grains that goes into the mash bill, as well as the yeasts used, can provide more or less of those, so that as the aging happens, you get different flavors.